So there are a lot of Italian red sauces. You can make them, Italian families make them, Spanish families make them, historically their own ways. It's my family, your family, we all make it a certain way. I like to make mine several different ways. I'm not exclusive to one, but for this dish, it's a real straightforward process. Whole tomatoes, seared down in the oven with olive oil. You get a really phenomenally good structured tomato confit. You take those after they're done in the oven, you put them in a food mill, just real quick and easy food mill, and then you save all that residual material and you put it on the stove, cook it down, about 45 minutes. Meatballs, I do mine fried. This one I did baked, a little bit different, try a different recipe out. Results aren't exactly the same as always. I prefer the ones frying a meatball. It's just me, it's a me thing again, always a me thing. But these were baked, 25 minutes, into the red sauce you go, another 45 minutes covered, perfect every time. Meatballs are nice, soft, moist, and the red sauce is just stunning. All right, so we're gonna be doing a homemade passata sauce. So we're basically making tomato confit. It's a fun dish to make. It is really good. Everyone always loves it. Do it with any kind of pasta you want. It's always great. Move this out of the way. Just choppy these up a little bit. Some parsley, I got some fresh thyme, some fresh basil. All right, add a little bit of flavor. Almost a sofrito, but without the carrots. Let's remove the cast iron pot from the oven. I'm gonna put it up here. Put this on for bake. Bake at 425 for an hour and some change. Go. All right. I don't care about the vines, actually. I'm gonna take them off. There. Fresh herbs in there. Just gonna toss all this in. It'll disappear easily. It's called tomato confit. I'm making fresh tomato sauce. It's fabulous. It's not that complicated.
Probably trim off the roots. Humans don't want to eat that.
Don't worry about it. They won't even know. It's gonna become part of the assemblage.
Oh, no. Here, look, it's real simple.
Good. Now, olive oil. Yes. Olive oil. Maybe a little more. Nothing wrong with a little more. What we want to do is blend it nicely up. This is what you want, guys. Hour and 25 minutes in the oven, hour and 30 minutes, whatever you like. Pull it out, blend it up, broil 10 minutes, and then
With the skin.
with the skin, and then I have a food mill, blend it all out. It's just me nothing but passata. It's good, homemade red sauce. Oh, there you look at that. Oh yes.
Bro.
Some nice pepper.
They don't know.
Always. You're gonna add salt anyway when you reduce it down, so it's totally fine if you do it now or later. Doesn't matter. Now, oven, 425, hour and a half. All right, we'll talk to her later. So this is for the meatballs, for the tomato sauce. It's wet. A lot of people use beef and pork, or beef and veal, or veal and pork. I use now Wagyu beef. You can use any kind you want. This is what I use. Get it at HEB, Central Market, any of the above. Totally good.
40.
It's Wagyu, so it's pretty high fat content. But it's American Wagyu, and it's not like some high graded Wagyu. Salt.
Cheap rosé.
No cheap. Black pepper. And I generally fry my meatballs in olive oil. However, we're gonna bake it this time. Some heavy garlic. Love the garlic.
You're using that canned jar.
Oh,
Look how
best stuff ever, bud. I'm not lying. Let's add some lovely herbs in here. Some basil. Remember, it's 3 pounds of meat, so it's okay to go a little heavy. Some oregano. Some thyme. Love it. Some eggs.
You still have 9 subscribers, Christian.
Nice! Oh, yes. Now you got to use both hands to get this in there. Got to do this. This is the way. So, we have 3 pounds of Wagyu beef, and we've got multiple lumps of yummy minced garlic, salt, pepper, basil, oregano, thyme, They were dry, they weren't fresh, and we've got about a whole head of normal Italian parsley chopped up. I got 3 eggs in there. I need to add a little bit of milk. I've got some heavy whipping cream. That'll be just fine. No one will know the difference. It smells good.
It's expired.
Thank you, Bubba. Everything's expired.
Totally expired.
And then breadcrumbs, only because Italian breadcrumbs,
Totally expired.
expired too. Everything's expired these days. Everything's expired. Generally, you could add some oil or olive oil to this, but because it's Wagyu, you really don't need to, which is nice. This should make a lot of meatballs, which is very good, depending what size you want to do. Yep. And as I said, I generally cook these in olive oil, but I need to add one more component. Don't want to forget it, onions. You want them all nice and chop, 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 chop fine, chop fine. You could use a grater for this, a certain kind of grater, but I like to do it by hand.
Mandolin.
The oven on? 425, good. These will go in the oven when they're rolled out for about 25 minutes-ish, give or take. Maybe 30 if you want, a little bit longer. And then they'll go in the red sauce. But this is the key. You really want to get in there and blend this up nicely. What we're going to do is we're going to make the meatballs. We're going to prep them up. Oh, it's preset cut pieces.
No shit.
I did not know that. The things you find out in life.
Ladies and gentlemen, please bear this in mind when you pay attention to him about his culinary skills. Because if he does not know that you can have pre-cut parchment paper.
Only because it'll be a little, I don't want it to cook to the bottom.
You don't need 2. Put 1 layer and then you know.
You will leave that as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Always, always, always. So, the size of your balls is always.
I just rub my balls. Does it mean I can grab right in?
I always say, don't get it on the Flemish tapestry. See, golf ball size.
Bigger than a little bit bigger than a golf ball, I'd say.
And anything left over, you just put in the fridge or the freezer. As far as placement, you just don't want them connected, of course, but you don't want them collapsing either, because that means you didn't put enough breadcrumbs in here. Hopefully there's enough breadcrumbs in here.
But they'll shrink up.
Well, they'll shrink a little bit in the oven. This is why I generally fry them, so they have a nice hard crust. So I rarely bake them, but we're gonna try it and we're gonna see. Good size, preheated oven, 425, 25-30 minutes. Hopefully that turns out very well. We shall see. I'm just gonna bring it over here. We're going to put them in one by one. All good. I baked these at 425 for about 30 minutes. They brown nicely. And now they're gonna soften up in the red sauce for about 45 minutes. Come try meatball. This is my other sous chef, Miss Dionysia. She's around here. Where'd she go? There she is. Hi, Miss Dionysia. She wants to try my meatballs.
Yes, she does.
Yeah. As long as she likes them. This is a fresh red sauce with meatballs over some nice angel hair pasta, some rigatoni. It's easy to make, very simple.